All right. Here is Dr. Fauci testifying to the Senate yesterday, basically saying, he's putting it up in a hypothetical, but we all know what the reality of this is. Fauci says if we don't respond in an adequate way, we will have a resurgence. And we all know that we're not responding in the adequate way. Here is Fauci from a question from Elizabeth Warren.
We've continued to set records for the number of people who are diagnosed and the number of people who die. Dr. Fauci, you recently said that a second wave of coronavirus in the fall was, quote, inevitable, but that if America, quote, puts in place all of the countermeasures that you need to address this, we should do reasonably well. And the countermeasures you identified are things like continued social distancing, significantly more testing, widespread contact tracing. You also said that if America doesn't do what it takes, and this is your quote, we could be in for a bad fall and a bad winter. So right now we're about 16 weeks away from Labor Day. That's about the same length of time since the virus was first detected here in the U.S. Do we have enough robust countermeasures in place that we don't have to worry about a bad fall and winter?
Right now, the projection, as you've heard from Admiral Giroir, with regard to testing and other elements that would be needed to respond, the projection is that by the time we get to the end of the summer and early fall, that we will have that in place. That is the projection that I get.
We don't have it in place now, but we are projecting that we'll have it in place. And let me just ask the other side of this. If we don't do better on testing, on contact tracing, and on social distancing, will deaths from coronavirus necessarily increase?
Of course, if you do not do an adequate response, we will have the deleterious consequence of more infections and more deaths. And that's the reason why you quoted me, Senator, quite correctly in everything you said, and I will stand by that. If we do not respond in an adequate way when the fall comes, given that it is without a doubt that there will be infections that will be in the community, then we run the risk of having a resurgence. I would hope by that point in time, in the fall, that we have more than enough to respond adequately. But if we don't, there will be problems.
Yeah, and he knows we won't. Nobody, the government, the federal government is doing nothing by design right now. They're doing nothing. You've got the states are running around willy-nilly, literally willy-nilly. Oh, I don't know what, I don't know.
Well, maybe not literally, but I would get your point.
Willy-nilly, but I'm not sure what that would be. But they are, you have separate states looking to contract and build apps to do contact tracing. Just they're all out there freelancing it. You know anybody?
I feel.
You know anybody? Your cousin? Does your cousin do apps? Yeah, I mean,
we do.
Yeah,
we actually know
Kyle,
some really good.
We need you, Kyle.
He is.
Yeah,
yeah.
But no, he's out there basically. Okay, he's trying to thread a needle of not offending the president, so he has to thread that needle, and then every public appearance is essentially him saying, "Yeah, sure, it's going to work out." But hey, look, can we please not screw everything up? Because subtextually, of course, we're not prepared for the fall. So all we can do is just please keep this quarantine going so we can contain it somewhat. Please, just hold back some of the water.